So welcome. In this class, we would be focusing on down to earth. Down to earth comes every 15 days, and we would have the compodium, which is towards the month end every month. And the handouts for the same are available at Exam current affairs section free of charge. And you also have the MCQs based on down to earth Yojana and Kurukshetra, which are updated in your doorstep tutor, IAS prelims, GS paper 1 section. So that would be beneficial for your exam practice. Now, here the first topic was greenwashing. Now, we have seen companies which have been like ExxonMobil, Chevron, and Royal Dutch Shell, which have been having significant probes against the fraudulent activities which is going on, and there have been probe against various companies in the United States, mainly through the Destitutes Bank, which talks about fraudulent green investment strategies. The next is drug resistant infections. We have seen that the cases of drug resistant infection have been significantly high in 7 countries in African continent as per the global tuberculosis report, and in Kenya 97% of the children who encountered typhoid contracted with antibiotic resistant strains in the last few years, which has been a significant concern. We have also seen such issues in India, specifically with the milk, where the multi-drug resistance has been developed across individuals. The next is a defense conference. So the first planetary defense conference held in China talks about small body explorations and space-based monitoring systems. There have been another mission by NASA, which is known as DART, Double Asteroid Redirection Test, and this is the first ever interplanetary defense mission which has been released. The global minimum corporate tax has two pillars. The pillar 2 talks about a minimum global rate of 15%, and then it affects the world's top 100 companies where the excess profit is 10% of the total revenue, and this would be taxed at 25%, and this is the part of the global minimum corporate tax. The next is stubble burning cases. In India, we have seen exceptionally high level of pollutions during these months of October to December in the region of Delhi NCR, and we have seen stubble burning has been associated to it. So Pusa 44 is the most widely sown crop in the region of Punjab. Now this has been replaced with short variety, which is PR 126. Now this short grown variety covers as an intermediary crop, and it provides a buffer because it significantly reduces the stubble burning incidences. We have seen a significant reduction in the districts like Muktasar, Firozpur, and Mansa because of the same. The next is the way ahead development, and definitely in Punjab we have nearly 23 popular varieties of rice which is grown in the short duration varieties. Now we are focusing on crops which can grow in the monsoon season and get harvested during the October months, and this is to combat mainly the water issue because you can get the monsoon water then. The next is the Hindustan Zinc has been acquired by Vedanta Group, and Vedanta is bringing a new plant at Tapti in Gujarat. The tribal communities, mainly the Gamit, Chaudhary, and Wasawa tribes, have been contesting against it because for them, agriculture and animal husbandry is the most stable business. And within 10 kilometers of the plant radius, we have seen that there has been significantly heavy metals, which are cadmium, copper, mercury, lead, nickel, and cobalt, which are found. And this has turned the well color in the color of tea, which is no longer portable, and numerous animals have died because of it. The next is the COP26, very important. This had 8 agendas. The first is climate justice, which talks as the bedrock of the action and the historical emissions over the years. So the activist has been talking about the major developed countries which are one of the big polluters, and they have half funding fossil fuels projects which are overseas, which are in the developing nations. The next is net zero target. The no net zero, but the emission cuts have been targeted by 2030, and the major responsibility is by 7 plus 1 nations, which is the 7 nations plus 1, which is China. And we have seen the pre-2030 ambitions to be obtained. Coal has been a significant cause, and we have seen China, unless and until it claims to be stopping the coal power production, there cannot be a country like China which can turn out to be carbon neutral. So carbon is another important issue, and phasing out is not possible for the coal fired power plants, but definitely phasing down is one of the solutions that can be adopted. The next is market mechanisms and nature based solutions, which talks about protecting, conserving, and restoring the ecosystem. We have to have grievances that have to be sorted out, and there has to be climate summits which needs to be solved. The next is climate finance. Now climate finance, the rich nations have been transferring $100 billion annually through 2025 to the developing and the poor nations to support climate adaptation, mitigation and loss and damage. COP26 has the provision of including China and expanding the donor base for the same. Adaptation goals have been the flow of fund to the developing countries at an ever increasing adaptation cost, and then loss and damage. So we need to scale up the transfer technology, capacity building and finances in order to have a proper smooth flow for the same. The forest losses, we have seen 105 countries sign the Glasgow Leadership Declaration on Forest and Land Use, and this is to either halt or reverse the deforestation and land degradation by 2030. And 23% of the emissions actually come from activities like deforestation and logging. Logging is mainly operational in the regions of Amazon basin. Methane is a short-lived climate pollutant but one of the major pollutants, and COP26 was the first event to dedicate to methane. We have seen 90% of the methane emissions coming from the leaks of oil and gas, 98% from the coal, can be reduced without any significant cost, and the expectation is to cut down 40% global methane emissions by a global methane pledge declared by US and European Union and signed by voluntary and non-binding members, of which are nearly 105 nations across the world. Then there's the sustainable development practices which focus mainly on the neglected agriculture. Countries like Spain, Nigeria, Switzerland, and UAE come together and account for 10% of the global greenhouse emissions from agriculture. The GI tag has been given to Banarsi Pan. Then you have the Maghi Pan and the Mahoba Desavri Pan. Mahoba Desavri Pan from the region of UP and MP has been historical from the times of Chandela rulers and has been also mentioned in Aine Akbari. This is one of the pan which is prepared from Mahoba crop, and Mahoba Desavri is therefore the name, and there are various ways to promote and expand it. The next is Bathua, which is originally considered as wheat but is very close and similar to spinach. There are 21 species of Chinopodium, as it is called as. It is called as Bathua in Hindi, Chil Bhaji in Gujarati, and so on. It depletes the nutrient of the soil at a very fast pace. It is resistant to most of the herbicides, and it is also believed that it is called as goose food. It is used for making raita, paratha, and various dishes. Now, there are various varieties which have come up. Pusa green has been in practice since 2018. It is rich in carotenoid, iron, and ascorbic acid. The taste is similar to the wild Bathua. Pusa Bathua 1 has been developed by ICAR, the Indian Agricultural Research Institute, and has purple leaves. Kashi Bathua 2 has green leaves. Kashi Bathua 4 has purplish green leaves. And the next important topic is the aging India. It is believed that as per the 2011 census, nearly 104 million people are of the age group of 60 plus. The social security for the elderly in India would grow up to 60% between 2000 and 2050, and the number of the elderly people can rise up to 360%. So definitely we have a huge demographic dividend which would be shifting. And Article 41 talks about the government to provide assistance to citizens in case they are old age. Uttar Pradesh became the first state to introduce the old age pension scheme. Then we had Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, and as a part of the National Social Assistance Center has also introduced the National Old Age Pension Scheme in 1995. The pension amount does not provide a reasonable subsistence because we have seen the level of poverty line and the monthly pension for 60 plus and 80 plus population which is given here, so which is significantly low as a part of social security. Still there are various things that there has been a lot of exclusion errors. There are only few of the population which is covered as of now. The next is natural resources. We need to significantly shift towards renewable resources, and it comprises 23% of the total wealth in the low income group, and this can path up good ways for right to development. The poor and the developing nations need to use the natural resources even if they are at an unsustainable level. Then we have virtual connection of rural children with teachers, and here we have the CLE Trust, which is Center for Learning and Empowerment, which is explained, and there are 5 locations which have been mentioned. The next is in the Kamang River in Arunachal Pradesh. We have seen thousands of fish found dead floating on the water, and that has turned the river black, and this is because of the inorganic salts and organic matter which have significantly high proportion in those regions. The community forest rights are important, and the tribals have been now allowed to protect, regenerate, conserve and manage their forest for any traditional or sustainable use. Then we have some smaller news across the globe. One is Greenland's intent to join the Paris Summit to cut down the greenhouse gas emissions. The next is North Atlantic right whales, which have decreased by nearly 8% and is one of the most endangered large whale species of North Atlantic right now. We have seen that the Congo has banned all the log export, and that is to reduce the pressure on the rainforest in the Republic of Congo. UNESCO has declared Sundarbans as one of the major sites and one of the 5 World Heritage Sites which has the highest blue carbon stock. And then Delhi government has launched a website which is Delhi Fights Pollution, and a chatbot Paryavaran Sathi, which promotes public measures to curb the pollution in the region. We have also seen anti-smog guns, for which we have taken a separate lecture. So these were about some of the major highlights from your Down to Earth for this edition. We would be covering many more interesting topics for you, so stay tuned. Wish you very good luck for your examination.